Okay, so for the first DIY, these are all the items I will be using. Now everything is from the Dollar Tree except the paint, but you can use any kind of white paint or whatever color you decide to use. So the first thing you are going to do is go ahead and paint your crate. So when your crate is drying, you're going to work on your carrot. So I'm just taking a little bit of glue and I'm going to start the yarn on the back, and you're just going to wrap your carrot and make sure the yarn stays tight. And you're going to do this all the way to the tip of the carrot. Now, once you start getting to the bottom of the carrot, I just rotate it and use my other hand, and you'll see it starts coming unraveled. So when I get to the very bottom, I'm going to take my glue gun and just add a little bit of glue on the back to keep it in place. Trim it. Now I'm going to take a roll of the grass. I'm going to cut a little piece, take the backing off, take my Sharpie marker, and then I'm just going to trace the top of the carrot. Take your scissors and go ahead and cut it out. Add a little bit of glue, and there you go. Now it's time to place your carrot on your crate. Now you can place it any way you want, so I'm just trying to give you some different options. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the corner there at a tilt, add a little bit of glue, and glue it on. Now I'm going to take some of this dry foam and taking some of the Dollar Tree onion grass and placing it inside the foam. Now you can use any kind of flowers, any kind of greenery. Now I'm taking one of the Easter eggs from the Dollar Tree that is on a stick. I'm going to take the stick off, use my glue gun, and start wrapping some of the nautical rope around the egg. Now I did pull the rope apart in 3 different pieces so I can get more out of one thing of rope. Now I'm going to gradually add glue off and on just to make sure it does not come undone. It almost looks like a beehive, doesn't it? I want to add the stick. Take some of this, whatever this stuff is called from the Dollar Tree. Just going to tie a little bow there on top. Now I'm going to take some of these wooden beads. Now this is optional. You don't have to do this. And I'm just going to put a few on there just to give it some more, what do you want to call it? Texture. Slip it right in there. I did 2 of them. Now I'm going to take my nail and just kind of pull the grass apart to give it a little bit of more depth, which is curling the grass. I'm going to be pulling outside and inside to make it go different ways. Now I'm going to take some of the floral moss, add a little bit of glue, and just going to stick that in between each thing of grass. I'm going to use this LED light from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to take another wooden crate from the Dollar Tree. I painted this one white as well. 2 of the wooden bunnies, some moss, and some twine. Now I thought I'd do something a little bit different on this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on a toothpick, rub it across the little line there, and put the twine right there. Just to give it a little bit more color, I guess. And I do it on both sides. Now I'm going to take my bunnies. Now you can just place 1. You can do 2, 1 on each end. So I'm going to do both of them on front. So make sure they are facing together. I'm just going to add some of my glue. Now you can use any kind of glue for this. And then I'm just going to start pressing on the moss. Now if you have any moss that's like on the sheet, that would be perfect too. But I wanted to give it some dimension, so that's why I'm using this kind of moss. So I'm just going to cover the entire bunny with glue and moss. Looks like a swamp monster. And yes, this is very messy. Once you get it all covered, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just start cutting. Felt like I was trimming a bonsai. Ch-ch-ch-chia! Ch-ch-ch-chia! And always make sure you get in between the ears, around the tail. And if you flip it on the other way, that you can see all the extra hanging off, so it's a little bit easier to determine on where to cut. And yes, this is very time consuming. All in all, these DIYs took me about 9 hours. Once you're done, if you notice anything that needs touched up, go ahead and take your glue and add some more moss to fill up the little holes. Once you get both of your bunnies done, place them on your crate on how you want them. Like that's what it looks like on the front, or you can put them on each side. Ava wanted me to put them on the front, so that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on the back, place it on there, and do it the same on the other one. Ta-da! Okay, now for this DIY, I'm taking 3 of these palettes from the Dollar Tree. I painted them white. I'll be using more of the floral moss and some of this burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree and some scissors. Oh, and 3 bunnies. I'm going to have 2 facing the same way and 1 facing the other. Now I'm just going to glue each bunny on each piece of wood. Now I'm going to take my burlap ribbon, and then I'm going to connect each piece with 1 strip of the ribbon. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip these upside down. Place my ribbon on there. Once you get it on where you want them, don't mind my arm, add some glue, or you can use tape or a staple gun. The glue worked just fine. Couldn't tell you how many blisters I got on this DIY. Now I'm going to take a piece of twine, and this is how we're going to hang it up. Now I was trying to do it like a fancy schmancy kind of way, but the twine outsmarted me and I couldn't figure it out. So I thought I would leave this part in just to show you that it was trial and error. Nah, don't like it. Cut it off. Redo it. So now I'm just going to take another piece. I'm going to tie a little knot. Nope, gotta undo it. Flip it over. Let's try it again. Third time's the charm. So I'm just gonna tie double knots on each end. Trim it up. Ta-da! Okay, for this final DIY, I'm gonna be taking the big cutout bunny, more of the moss, and the same burlap ribbon. So all you're gonna do is take your glue and start gluing all the moss on this bunny. Now you can always use a scarf, paper, or bunch of ribbon, whatever you want to decorate your bunny with. But I'm going to try to tie all these pieces in using this moss and burlap. So this part took me, I say this rabbit took me about almost an hour to do. I gradually start trimming off some of the excess moss there. And what I'm cutting off, I use again. So it's like recycling. Okay, we're almost done. And this took about 1 glue stick and a half a bag of moss. So all in all, 1 bag of moss and a total of 2 glue sticks to do all of these DIYs. And I have another Easter DIY, but I ran out of a couple things, so I gotta rethink it. Now, once you get your bunny all covered, go ahead and start trimming. Make sure you get in between the toes. Now I'm going to take some of the same ribbon, glue it around the neck, flip it over, add a couple of pieces there because I'm going to be making a bow just like that. And yes, I did burn my fingers here. Again, I do 2 of those. Now you can do it around the neck. You can make a little bow for the ear. Okay, well, those are all my Farmhouse rustic Easter DIY. So I'm hoping I was able to give you some ideas on how you can use some of your Dollar Tree products to decorate your home for the holidays. I do have a few more Easter DIYs in mind. I just got to finish them up. Also, I have quite a few Decor DIYs I've been working on, so that video will be going up sometime this week. So if you all enjoyed these DIYs, I would really love a thumbs up. Be sure you click on that subscribe button, and I would love for you to share this video if you're able to. So as always, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. So I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, safe Monday, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys! Keep smiling.